In a short time afterwards, he published a project for establishing what he called a land bank. The notes issued by which were never to exceed the value of the entire lands of the state, upon ordinary interest, or were to be equal in value to the land, with the right to enter into possession at a certain time. The project excited a good deal of discussion in the Scottish Parliament, and a motion for the establishment of such a bank was brought forward by a neutral party called the Squadron, whom Law had interested in his favor. The Parliament ultimately passed a resolution to the effect that to establish any kind of paper credit so as to force it to pass was an improper expedient for the nation. Upon the failure of this project, and of his efforts to procure a pardon for the murder of Mr. Wilson, Law withdrew to the continent and resumed his old habits of gaming. For 14 years he continued to roam about in Flanders, Holland, Germany, Hungary, Italy, and France. He soon became intimately acquainted with the extent of the trade and resources of each, and daily more confirmed in his opinion that no country could prosper without a paper currency. During the whole of his time, he appears to have chiefly supported himself by successful play. At every gambling house of note in the capitals of Europe, she was known and appreciated as one better skilled in the intricacies of chance than any other man of the day. It is stated in the Biography Universelle that he was expelled first from Venice and afterwards from Genoa by the magistrates, who thought him a visitor too dangerous for the youth of those cities. During his residence in Paris, he rendered himself obnoxious to D'Argenson, the lieutenant general of the police, by whom he was ordered to quit the capital. This did not take place, however, before he had made the acquaintance, in the saloons, of the Duc de Vendôme, the Prince de Conti, and of the gay Duke of Orleans, the latter of whom was destined afterwards to exercise so much influence over his fate. The Duke of Orleans was pleased with the vivacity and good sense of the Scottish adventurer, while the latter was no less pleased with the wit and amiability of a prince who promised to become his patron. They were often thrown into each other's society, and Law seized every opportunity to instill his financial doctrines into the mind of one whose proximity to the throne pointed him out as destined, at no very distant date, to play an important part in the government.